they got into trouble. They got relegated. They lost all their titles. Now, this past week, they're in trouble. They've been docked how many points?
15.
15. Because of a myriad of
issues.
Yes. That involve books.
Yes, accounting scandal. Iko na jina, wewe ndio na kizungu mzuri. This is the name of the scandal in Italian.
Wacha nisome.
The first para there.
Accounting scandal named Plus Valenza. Plus Valenza.
Yes, that is the name of the basically they were cooking books.
They were cooking books, a good one.
Yes.
And they were cooking them over several years.
Yes, between 1980 and 1918 and 1920, I beg your pardon.
20 something.
No, 1918 and 1920. And 2018 and 2020, sorry.
Wait, unapenda First World War.
Sorry about that.
Nimeshindwa kwani tunaenda kwa ile Spanish flu.
Yes, so they misrepresented including their losses. So they made losses and claimed they were not making losses. And a number of officials have been reprimanded, including one of my favorite players of all time, Pavel Nedved. And there's another one called Federico Cherubini. They have been hit with suspensions ranging between 8 and 16 months. But the sanctions are only applicable within Italian football.
Yeah, though I saw that like they are asking it extended to Europe. Even that guy who was is at Tottenham.
Patrici.
One of the directors. Is it the not technical, something director?
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Hata yeye ako kwa hiyo group.
So as a result, the club has been docked 15 points, which really takes them down the table. Look at the table shortly. But
they've dropped to number 10.
They've dropped to number 10 on the table.
Yeah, from number 3.
Oh my God, Juventus. So it's not looking good for them as usual.
Apparently, when they announced Ronaldo, they were worth 1.7 billion euros. Today, despite having done 300 and 400 million euros recapitalizations in December 2019 and 2021, the club is only worth 700 million euros. The reason, I'm quoting the BBC, a mix of exaggerated ambition and imponderable events. Wani walikuwa wanapika vitabu ile hakuna.
But why? Why would you misrepresent yourself? As in, why would you say you're worth this when you're not as a football club?
So that you can balance the book, so that you can say, I'm able to afford a player. You know, these financial fair play things. Yes. For example, one of the cases that is very, 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 very big is the case of Artur and Pjanic with Barcelona. You remember that swap?
Yes.
Where no money
it was very fit even from the word
but
go.
Both players were valued at 75 million euros.
Yeah.
So, but you see, so that when you say I have sold the player 75 million euros, you see it reads on your books, you have gotten in 75 million euros. And then you do that whole thing where you deduct a player's worth based on how, if he's been there for, if the deal was 50 million over 6 years. So by the time the 6 years or the 3 years are done, you can minus and say, we have imeshuka mpaka hapa. So, it's some of those it's one of those complicated things. And one of them involved 17 players. 17. And at a point where the club asked players to pay 4 months' wages. And then officially reported savings of 90 million euros. So, tafadhali, wacha tukose kumlipa alafu kasema, by the way, tumesave 90 million euro. Unajua sasa hizo hesabu iwaka.
The math is not mathing.
And of course, Juventus are owned by the Agnelli family.
Yes.
Who also own Ferrari. One of the richest families in Italy.
They committed to paying those wages, reporting 90 million euro savings in their books, but in fact should have been 22 million. So not only did they say that hatujalip simwe visa, ilikuwa 22 wakasema ni 90. Bas.
Bottom line, that's an artificial crisis.
Yes.
So obviously there's somebody who's benefiting from that.
Yeah, of course that's the case. And
how I'm yet to understand as well. I'm trying to get a sense of why they would massage the numbers.
So you look better than you actually are.
And then you go past some things like financial fair play.
Yes.
You can be able to sign when you are not supposed to sign.
Because you are saying I saved 90 million, so I'm allowed to sign. Lakini haiko.
But even though it's still at an FA point of investigation and punishment, I really think there's something broader that should really happen because it borders on fraud. giving of course no money has been stolen from somewhere to somewhere, but misrepresenting facts and putting out a different image in the public than what you are, it does not quite augur well. This is a sport. It's not supposed to be something that you should be cheating to look best.
Can't we just do the right thing?
No, it's not possible. It's not that straightforward.
Money talks.
Yes.
Siseme tu ile uko nayo kidogo.
Yeah. And funny enough,
Are you ever satisfied?
Funny enough, Juve will bounce back because they have the money, they have the rich owner, and they seem to know their way around Italy. They'll still come back to dominate.
First of all, they are going to appeal it.
Yes.
Wamesema tuta-appeal. Now wana hope, because wanasema after all last year, last year but one, it was done and all of them were acquitted. Lakini sasa prosecutor wakarudi wakasema no, let us vitabu za Juventus. Walikuwa wengi, Napoli, Inter Milan, wakasema no. Nyinyi wengine mko sawa. Juve come back, please bring those books again. No.
Do you suspect those are whistleblower?
They almost always is. They are almost always is. These things don't just happen.
Yes. And on top of that is that in Europe there are systems in place. So you almost certainly might get away with some dirt for some time, but not all the time. At some point, the system will catch up with you. In Africa, in Nairobi, you can go away with it for life. But in Europe, utashikwa. At some point, utashikwa.
Hiyo mtu umepanda itateleza.
Itateleza to at some point. The system has a way it can weed out those that are not supposed to benefit from the system.